Next witness.
State calls Dr. Vernon.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, if you'll state your name and spell it for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Rajesh Annan, Rajeshannan.
All right, state.
Dr. Cannon, who do you currently work for?
Yes, I currently work for the Nueces County Medical Examiner's Office in Corpus Christi.
Have you previously worked in Bear County?
Yes, sir, I did.
And where did you work?
As Deputy Medical Examiner at the Bexar County ME office.
And what type of education and training did you receive to become a medical examiner?
Yes, to be a medical examiner, just like any other physician, I went to medical school, and after graduating from medical school, I did 4 years of training in pathology, and that was at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in New Jersey. And after completing 4 years, I did further specialization in forensic pathology, and that happened to be in Bexar County or San Antonio ME office. And after doing that, after I would say 5 years after med school, I am board certified forensic pathology, meaning American Board of Pathology certified me.
And can you explain to the jury what is pathology? What is that?
Yes, pathology is a general field where you study the diseases, and after pathology, what I specialize is forensic pathology, which is a specialty specifically deals with death investigation.
And what goes into death investigation?
Yes, medical legal death investigation is our specialty, where there are two main things we do, which is cause of death, why somebody died, and manner of it, how they died. And we do this in investigating the circumstances surrounding the death, and looking at the body, documenting the injuries. We are experts in interpreting injuries, and we do an autopsy and then formulate a report.
Now, what do you do exactly when you perform an autopsy?
Yes, forensic autopsy is a very complete, thorough autopsy specific to the cause of death. And it's like a physical exam. When you go to a doctor, they look at top to bottom. We do the same, examine top to the bottom and document the injuries with photographs, and do an internal examination, which is examination of all the organs in the head, chest, abdomen, and document it. And also do a toxicology, which is study of poisons in the blood.
So I want to direct your attention to this case. Did you perform an autopsy in this case?
And do you have the number?
Yes. What I guess medical examiner office number is associated with this case?
Yes, it's 2022-0881.
And when did you perform this autopsy?
This was done on the decedent's name. Do you want the name?
No, I said, when did you perform
Well,
the autopsy?
okay, it was done on April the 1st, 2022.
And who did you perform this autopsy on?
Yes, the decedent was Avante, Avante, Boyce, Boyce.
And what injuries did you observe while performing the autopsy?
Yes, we look at the body as a whole, and in this case, I did notice that he was a young male of 19 years of age, and he had evidence of intervention at the hospital, and they tried to revive him. There was evidence of tubes protruding from the mouth, and chest tubes to draw blood from the chest. And after documenting all that, I did find evidence of injury.
And what evidence of injury did you find?
Yes, the two main evidence of injury were 2 gunshot wounds on the body.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as state exhibits number 32 and 33. Do you recognize these?
Yes, sir.
What are What's depicted in State's Exhibits number 32 and 33?
Oh, these are photographs of the body, when it's laying flat on the, examination table.
And what do you observe on the body?
On this particular photograph, I examined, or I observed, two gunshot wounds.
And are these photographs, are they true and accurate depictions of the injuries you observed while performing the autopsy on Avante Boyce?
Yes, sir.
Have they been altered in any way?
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibits number 32 and 33. That's kind of getting a chance to see.
We have no objections, Your Honor.
All right, can I have parties approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 32 and 33 are admitted without objection.
So, Dr. Cannon, what are we seeing in State's Exhibits number 32? Here, what are we seeing?
Is there a pointer or something? Or
If you would like to stand up and come to the well so that you could point on the photograph.
or I can describe it. So what we are saying is the photograph when the decedent is lying on the stomach, and you see the upper end of the body on the left side, lower end with the thighs on the right side. And in between the two, what you see is two holes. And these are defects from gunshot wounds. And these are gunshot wound entry, meaning where the bullets enter the body. There is one at the edge of the lower back and one on the left top side of the buttock.
And while performing the autopsy, did you make any diagrams?
Yes, I do what is called a body diagram, which depicts the individual standing front and back and mark the site of entry wound. It's to help in this particular case to explain to the members of the jury.
And I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 34. Do you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
These are body diagrams on case number 22-0881, depicting the gunshot wounds.
And are you the individual who created this diagram?
Yes, sir.
And is it a true and accurate copy of the diagram you created?
Yes.
And has it been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibit number 34 and will tender to defense for inspection.
Yeah, we have no objections.
State's Exhibit 34 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish, Judge?
Granted.
And what are we seeing on State's Exhibit number 34?
Yes, so what we see is the body diagram. So this is called an anatomical position, meaning this is a very standard position when we examine, with the palms facing forward and with the person standing facing palms forward. And so in diagram, which is facing the back, shows two defects marked GSW number 1 and number 2. So those are the entry gunshot wounds which we saw in the photograph.
And so so you marked these injuries on the diagram?
Yes, sir.
And so the upper one was marked gunshot wound 1,
That's right.
and then the lower one is gunshot wound 2.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about both these wounds. Let's start with gunshot wound number 1. What occurred in gunshot wound number 1?
Yes, these are gunshot wounds which are distant, meaning there is no evidence of close range fire, meaning the gun is further away from the body. So the entrance, number one, causes the major damage in this case. And in this particular case, it perforates the intestines and also causes damage or transection, which means completely cut iliac artery, which is ILIAC artery, which is one of the main vessel in the abdomen, and then it divides into two. So on the right side, it gets that particular artery, which is a major supplier. And this results in extensive spillage of blood into the abdomen.
And you said pump exploded blood into the abdomen. What would that result in?
It's in this particular case, it's about 1.5 liters of blood. So that means it's going to result in shock. Body is going to shut down, and the decedent will eventually die.
And how quickly would how long would it take for shock to set in?
That's pretty quick.
So what do you mean by quick?
I mean, in a young individual, it could be a matter of seconds or a minute.
And how would this wound have been fatal?
Yes, if proper attention is not given, meaning you need to rush them to the OR, and they need to tie the vessel and give lots of blood, and even then, they may not make it.
So let's move on to gunshot wound number 2. What occurred with gunshot wound number 2?
Yeah, that's in the upper part of the buttock, and this one does not cause any major damage, meaning it just perforates the muscles in the buttock without any blood vessel injury, and then comes to rest, which I recovered as fragments of bullets.
So, in your opinion, was this going to be a fatal wound?
Among the two, this one does not appear to be provided. It can bleed too, but if you give proper care, it should not be.
So based off your training and experience, it would have been gunshot wound number 1 that would have been fatal.
Yes, sir.
So I also wanted to ask, were there any exit wounds that you observed?
Not in this case, because both the wounds resulted in a bullet being in the body, which I recovered both of them.
And based off of that, so there's only entry wounds.
Correct.
So can you determine from what direction the gunshot came from?
Yes, but again, my determination is based on my examination of the decedent lying on the table, just like I showed the anatomical position. So that doesn't mean that's exactly how the decedent was at the time of shooting occurred. In my examination, it's going in the number 1 is going in back to front directions downwards, and in a left to right direction.
So the gunshot would come from the left.
Yes, sir.
And did you recover any type of projectiles while conducting this autopsy?
Yes, I recovered 2 projectiles from both the gunshot wounds.
I'm going to show you what's being marked as State's Exhibits number 35, 36, 37, and 38. What are these photographs of?
All the 4 photographs are pictures of the 2 bullets and the fragments I recovered.
So in State's Exhibits number 35 and 36, are these 2 photos, are they of the same bullet?
It's of the same bullet in different front and back.
And State's Exhibit number 37 and 38, is that a different bullet?
Yes, a different bullet depicting the same in different sides.
And are these photographs true and accurate depictions of the bullets you recovered?
Yes, sir.
Have they been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibits number 35, 36, 37, and 38, pending inspection by the defense.
Thanks, sir.
Since no objections as to states exhibits 35, 36, 37, and 38.
All right, States Exhibits 35, 36, 37, and 38 are admitted without objection.
Permission to publish it.
Granted.
I'm showing States Exhibit number 35. Is this the first bullet fragment?
Yes, it's one of the bullets that I got.
And States Exhibit number 36.
It's the same, in a different side.
And where did this bullet come from? States Exhibit number 36.
This one is recovered from the lower gunshot wound in the body.
So gunshot wound number 2.
Correct, yeah.
And then States Exhibit number 37 and 38. Where were those bullets recovered from? Or that bullet, sorry.
This bullet is almost intact, but it's slightly opened. And this is recovered traveling from left to right and ended up traversing the abdomen, causing all the injuries and lodges in the right thigh close to the hip joint.
Now finally, sir, I'm sure you what's been previously marked as States Exhibit number 18. Do you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
What is this a photograph of?
This is a photograph, what we call an ID shot, which is identification. And every case which comes to the office gets this, and bottom of the picture has a number which is specific to this particular case.
And so that number at the bottom of the photo, it matches to this specific case?
Yes, it's 2022-0881.
And is this a true and accurate depiction of the person you performed the autopsy on?
Yes, sir.
Has it been altered in any way?
No,
Your Honor, state would offer States Exhibit number 18.
No objections, Your Honor.
States Exhibit number 18 is admitted without objection.
And permission to publish it?
Granted.
So finally, sir, there's a package in front of you. It's been marked States Exhibit number 31. Would you be able to open this, please? Yes, scissors right here.
Your Honor, may I approach
Yes,
up there just so it's easier for us to see?
yes, of
Thank you,
course.
Judge.
And what was inside of States Exhibit number 31?
inside the larger envelope is are two smaller evidence envelopes sealed with evidence tape. And the front of the envelopes has the case number 22-00881. And the other envelope has 22-00881. And it also has my signatures.
And what's contained in, I'll mark. Oh, is what's marked as States Exhibit number 31A. Does it say where this or what's inside?
Yes, it says projectile fragment from left button.
And then States Exhibit number 31B. Does it say what's inside?
Yes, sir. It says projectile from right hip.
And are these the projectiles that you recovered while performing the autopsy?
Yes. Yes,
And I know you haven't opened them up. Is it because they're in fragments?
yes, some of them are in fragments.
Your Honor, state would offer States Exhibits number 31, 31A, and 31B.
We have no objections as to those three, Your Honor.
All right. States Exhibit 31, 31A, and 31B are admitted without objection.
Now, based off your training and experience, is it your opinion that Avante Boyce's cause of death was a gunshot wound from a deadly weapon? That was fired from a deadly weapon.
Well, in my opinion, Avante boys died as a result of gunshot wounds. Yes, sir.
Ask the witness.
Right?
Yes.
Defense.
Dr. Ken, my name's Adam LaHood, defense attorney. How are you doing today?
Yes, sir, doing good.
I just have a few questions for you, sir. And again, if I ever ask you something you don't understand, just let me know. We can rephrase or slow down for you, okay?
Sure.
You indicated that on the entry wounds, the bullets, that you didn't observe any kind of powder burns or any other defects other than the bullet hole itself?
Yes, sir, there is no evidence of close range firing, yes, sir.
So you said so it is not indicative of a close range fire. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how close shooter was when Avante was shot based on your examination of the body?
No, sir, all we can tell is it's a distant wound, so that means it's far, and I can't really give you exactly how many feet.
When you say close, how close would it be to leave a powder burn or abrasion around the wound?
Well, in approximately, we can give a distance, which is if a handgun was used, we usually say it's about 3 to 5 feet. That's an approximation.
About 3 to 5 feet approximately?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Just 1 minute, sir. I'm sorry. Sir, we're going back. We're talking about gunshot wound number 1. You said that it perforated the iliac artery. Did I say that correctly?
Iliac, yes, sir.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Iliac.
Iliac. My apologies. Medical terminology isn't my strong suit. What is the iliac artery, sir?
Yes, so like I explained before, so the abdomen has a main artery running in the middle called the aorta, which is aorta, and that branches into 2 right above the leg. And one of them is the right iliac, which is ILIAC artery, other one is a left. And that goes and supplies to the right leg and left leg.
So basically, that's one of the main arteries that provides blood to the legs.
Yes, it's just before the leg.
Okay, sir. Doctor, thank you very much. We'll pass the witness.
Just one question, doctor. If someone were wearing clothes, would that affect whether or not any type of burn marks from a gunshot wound was occurred?
Yes, it can, but most of the time, sometime if the weapon is so close, it can still, the powder grains are so hot when it comes from the muzzle end of the gun, it can still penetrate and leave some mark. And yes, you're right, it can filter off some of them, but not all of them.
Pass the witness.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused or subject for recall?
Excuse, Judge.
Excuse, Your Honor.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means is you cannot discuss your testimony with anyone except for attorneys for the state or the defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may step down.